Hello. What is good, everyone? Appreciate you all for stopping by. Let's flick the lights on and bam. Whoa. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. I can only assume, have another great chapter of Elbaf ahead of us. I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone is looking forward to it. We've had a pretty solid, little break with One Piece after that amazing chapter with the nightmare world and everything. So, I am really looking forward to it. Now, first and foremost, I want to say, hopefully the audio levels are good. Apparently, during my last stream, my audio was kind of but we're hoping to make it better. I'm gonna try and change the brightness a little bit as well. That should be good. Just want to make sure it's visible for everyone. Making sure I can see the chat better as well. It seems like things are good. The audio levels on my end look very good. Like I'm pretty consistently in the end of blue into yellow. So that sounds pretty solid to me. The music doesn't seem too loud. So that's good as well. Seems like everything is fine. Let's take a look into it. But first, obviously, let's do some predictions. Now, what I'm thinking immediately is we're definitely not going to cut back to the Nightmare World stuff. I say this every time that we do. What we'll more likely cut back to is Loki. Loki, obviously burning a huge part of the Elbaf tree. Loki also, being face to face with his brother, and all these people who are apparently so, hateful towards him, will probably at least get a glimpse into who Loki is, which I think could be really cool. That's at least what I'm kind of expecting. I don't have, a fully formed thing because I highly, highly doubt we're going to get back to the Nightmare World thing because that was such a crazy cliffhanger. But we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. So, with that, those are my big expectations. But what I'm hoping for, since we have the monster trio in front of Loki, I think we'll probably get a call back to the Oars fight, on Thriller Bark, because Loki obviously is a ancient giant of some sort, through his lineage and the horns and everything. So I think that'll be cool if we get a little callback to that. Maybe some info about ancient giants. That could be really cool. But those are my general expectations. I'm very excited to give this all a read. One Piece chapter 1143. And to be honest, I don't know the title. When I open it, we have this gorgeous spread here. This color page right here. And we got the Straw Hats in a race of some kind, but they're not on well, it's really funny actually. It says, based on a reader request, a Straw Hat crew car chase, which no doubt would have been cool, but cars aren't a thing in One Piece. At least from what I'm aware. I know there was in Film Gold, they had a little car kind of scene, which I do like that movie. That would have been cool to see some of that. But this is really cool. Instead of it being a car chase, it's like a flying fish riders all the way from Saboti into a little racetrack. So we got all the Straw Hats here. I don't see Jinbei or Frankie though. I see all of them. I like Brooke in the back there, almost about to walk off of his when he's piloting with Robin. We've just been pairing them a lot recently as well, which I think is nice. But yeah, we got everyone. It's really interesting though that Sanji's is green and Zoro's is blue. Usually it's the opposite, with obviously Zoro green, Sanji blue. So that's cool. But everyone's looking great. I love how you can tell which characters are more reasonable by the ones who are wearing a helmet, which I think is really fun. Oh, I see Frankie there. Frankie is with Usopp. Again, that's a pairing of the age. Oh, and there's Jinbei in the water because he's like a fish guy. Okay, that's fun. That's cool. I like that. So Jinbei's in the water. And yeah, it seems like everything is good there. Let me just make sure I got this right. Hold up. Okay, that's... Okay, that should be good. Alright. Let's get into this. I don't even know the title of the chapter, so I'm very excited. I also really like their racer fits. The racer fits are pretty cool. Let's get into this. One Piece chapter 1143. We got our finger crossed for some Loki lore. So let's hope we get some of that. And the chapter is called Holy Knights. Okay, so we might be cutting back immediately to the Nightmare World stuff. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, wait, y'all. That's got to be Saul. Yep, Saul's wrong. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. So, we see here in the background, we actually have some of the nightmares, like, directly at the school where the kids are at. We see the Zeus looking like storm cloud one. We see this one, which I can't really tell what it is. It's some kind of demonic creature in a top hat. We have, I think that's meant to be the little kid's mom, which was a funny gag, obviously. But, I mean, they are next to each other, the little kid's mom and the storm cloud, so that could be something. There's something else in there as well, underneath some kind of swing. That's probably the same swing that Luffy was, like, messing with the kids with earlier. That'd be funny. Yeah, I can't tell what that monster is back there, but there is something back there. It's, like, weird. It's, like, circular, it looks like. Anyway, Saul is chasing after the kids who are doing that weird sleepwalking thing because of the arrow fruit. Let me zoom out again. Ylva. Mag? I'll say Mag. Ronya. Wow, they're really sleepwalking. What's this white cloth? Where are y'all going? I do love how they give him a cowboy accent. Because of the hat. Be careful, Saul. Remember, the other teacher said not to touch the children. And he was all bloody. I know. I know he did, but I don't see nothing wrong with him. And it's dangerous for them to keep walking like this. And we have this panel of him reaching his hand out. So we know that there's going to be like a crazy, you know, when he turns the page. When we turn the page, obviously, there will be some kind of crazy reveal here. And... oh, whoa! Okay. Come on, let's get back to school. And it's like the invisible like thorn around them. That's got to be related to Sommers, because Sommers had that thorn sword looking thing. That's very interesting. So Sommers is 100% an unrelated fruit. So killing him is definitely the monster making fruit, because I know some people were a bit suspect on what the abilities of each person were. Very interesting. So Sommers has a barrier of some kind. Interesting. Yow. What was that, Saul? What happened? Did something stab you? Oh, so it's invisible. Obviously, it looks pretty see-through here. But, oh my god, his hand is getting, like, punctured all the way through and one of his fingers. The other hand we don't see, but that's probably intentional. Okay, so now we're getting some kind of phone call. So a Den Mushi. All the children have suddenly fallen asleep. And out of those, 9 of them had started walking. 9 of them? Oh no. That's a whole... because I think there's like... aren't there only... no. That's just speculation. I was going to say there's a theory that there's enough of the God Knights to fight like the important characters. So if it's the Red Hair Pirates, there would be like 10 of them. Okay, interesting. We don't know where they're going. And we're seeing it transmitted all throughout the island here. It's not clear why or how this is happening. The kids at the school? My son's there too. There's also been a surge of strange monsters from the forest. Monsters? Are the children safe? Oh, wow. Oh, the Dendemushi is like, well, one, it's huge, of course, because giants, so that makes sense. So it's like a different thing. It's called a transponder pill bug. Fun. So I like that. It's like a subspecies, I guess, or a, no, that's not what it's called. I don't know. You get what I mean. It's like a different branch of evolution thing. There's also been a surge of monsters from the forest. The children are traveling down Branch Route 8 at the moment. Oh, wow. That's a crazy, like, again, that really reminds me of, like, Sabaody with the groves, and now we're at the branch route. Very interesting. I wonder if that's an intentional kind of thing, with this cover page being a very obviously Sabaody inspired, and then this. Very interesting. And Sabaody was the last arc before, you know, the chaos of Marineford. So Elbaf being Sabaody-like, you know, not shocking. Obviously, everyone said Egghead would be like that, but hey, you know how it is. Okay. And there's a fire, too. What's with all this sudden danger? Did something happen back at the school? So, Nami, Brooke, Jinbei, and... Oh, so this is really interesting. I really like this little perspective here. Because we see the pill bug thing on this table, and then we're switching like the camera and the point of view to behind the bug, and we see that Nami, Brooke, and Jinbei are literally right next to it on this table that all the giants are staring at. That's really fun. That's really fun. I will say, you know, because I learned about this relatively recently. Sai is very sus of Anch here. Very sus. And I will say, it is intriguing. It is intriguing. I don't believe it. I have hope that the art teacher is not evil, you know, from what One Piece is kind of all about. But we'll have to wait and see. But this is very interesting that she's the one saying stuff like, it's not clear why or how this is happening. Very intriguing. Okay. Did you say branch 8? It's not looking good over there. So we have a giant on top of a roof, which is also a giant, which is fun. Oh, and they're all drunk. They're all super drunk. That's what school my granddaughter, Ilva, goes to. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little... My granddaughter's granddaughter. That's crazy. Granddaughter's granddaughter. How many generations is that? My granddaughter's granddaughter. I think you've all had enough to drink now. You should get it together. Oh, Brooke's completely gone. Okay. So Nami, that's funny because we know Nami is the you know, the one who can handle the liquor the most. That's fun that she's just having to deal with all the drunks. Okay. So we got a ship on their way. The firefighting Savar is on the case. You've got this, firefighters. We're counting on you. Oh, they even have the little... Oh, I wonder what that is. The little crank on the side. The crank on the side is really interesting. Because it looks like it could be like an old fire alarm, old school fire alarm thing. But it also looks like it may be used for like automatically rowing the ship. Intriguing. Because we see that clearly none of them are rowing the ship at all. But, oh, no, it's definitely going to be used for rowing the ship. Because they have a fire bell right there. On the mast of the ship, I think. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So we see them heading towards it, and oh, okay. So they're absolutely horrified by the sight of this skull monster, and then they get absolutely bodied. They get smacked out of the air like a fly, and are sent down, and that leads everyone to have a classic, like, the tongue out, shocked expression. That's fun. Okay, that's fun. So they're obviously like, we're screwed. We're screwed. Okay. And now we're cutting back to Somers. Okay. So we're cutting back to the Gods Knights, probably laughing. Laughing and laughing. Oh, he is. He is laughing. I thought he was eating, but he's also laughing. Gihahaha. You see how shocked those giants were when they got stabbed by the thorns? It's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. Oh, okay. He said something else about love, too. In the last, not the last one, but like, maybe it was the last chapter. But he said something else about love, where love is just hurt, painful in the end. So I kind of like this through line of him being like love. To me, immediately, now that I'm thinking about it, this guy seems like a big Sanji opponent character. Especially because, you know, all the love stuff, Sanji is about love. But I could see Gabon going against this guy as well, because he had the love line as well. That'd be a fun little thing, if he just fights him. It's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. Never heard of it. Gah, you're so apathetic, Gunko. You know that? Love is the passion to reach out and squeeze someone what? And squeeze someone tight, even as you see the thorns close up. The best part of this game is when it's parents and children. What the world? Okay. The best part of this game is when it's parents and children. Parents hug their kids tight, thorns and all, and then the kids scream and wail when they see their worst nightmare, mommy and daddy dying in agony. Oh, he is such a freak. He is such a freak. For some reason, I can't zoom out of this one. Okay. There's real emotion in killing. St. Somers, thorn fruit. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, and it's on... Oh, he's showing, like, his whole arm. And it's covered in thorns. That's awesome. Death by love. Isn't that just so exciting? And Gunko just... No. No interest whatsoever. No interest. The woman who never knew love. Which route did you choose, Gunko? There was a thick branch that ran down the middle. Oh, now we're going to get a map. Classic. Classic Oda map. Okay. Okay. So we see a map of the library and school, and they're going all the way down to this port over here. If they walk straight that way, they'll reach the village's sea clouds. Sea clouds, okay. Interesting. The middle one's good. Stands out better. Makes their utter futility all the more apparent. Oh, he is such a weirdo. Ah, Somers is so weird. Okay. Somers, I need a bit more salt. Okay. Okay, so he says salt and he's thinking salt. Okay, this is interesting. So this has to tie into his devil fruit for sure. Killing Ams. And there's this weird, like, beam kind of thing, like a bunch of rings going around. So he probably has to have some kind of psychic Zoan thing. I don't even know what it could be. It looks like an Eastern dragon. Could be something different. We'll see. Okay. 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 Alright, so he pulls... First off, it says dragon fruit, mythical type, and it was a Kieran. So the Kieringham theory was correct. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, and he makes him fall asleep using those rings, and then he grabs the thing out of the thought bubble. Really cool. So that's definitely how they manifested the monsters. Dream manifesting man. That's a good way of showing it. Ooh, ass patch rock salts. Gourmet stuff. You can wake up now. Okay. Let's see. What about the sleep tids you pulled out of those brat's dreams? Sleep tids? Oh, like cryptids. Okay, sleep tids. That's fun. I like sleep tids. I could keep them going at the same time, of course. Hey, this salt goes perfectly with the meal. These guys are so weird. I'll try some too. I'll try some too. Anyway, speaking of the giant boats in the village. Oh no. Anyway, speaking of the giant's boats in the village, apparently they draw rainbows in the sky with those painter rocks. Oh, whoa. And out of nowhere we get a panel here. We get a panel here of Gunko looking absolutely elated. Elated here. It's delicious. Maybe it's like, I wonder why she's saying that. Was it the salts? Was it something else? Maybe this is like real food. So she's never experienced it before. That'd be interesting. Really unique culture they've got. All we have to do is take one of those to return to the Holy Land. That is okay. Okay. You know, I said this earlier. I said this like the second that those rainbows were introduced, and now Oda is like spelling it out for us. I said, all we have to do is take one of those to return to the Holy Land. And I was like, okay, the way they're going to get to the final war, which I think will be at Marichois, is going to be using these rocks, using these painter rocks here. Because it would be a great way to call back to Marineford, where Whitebeard came from under the sea. They're going to go from up and into it. It's like an inversion of what Whitebeard was able to do. And we've already seen it in Marineford with Luffy falling from the sky. We got that really great scene in the anime, which I'm actually completely shocked is not in the manga itself, where Sengoku says, do you remember when Luffy fell from heaven? And I always remember that line because I thought it was a really powerful line. So, I don't know. I am really, really into this concept of Luffy, you know, coming from the sky, like how Whitebeard came from the sea. And now we're even getting it, like I said, with Killingham here. All we have to do is return to the Holy Land using these rainbow things. So, very cool. Very cool, very cool. We've basically won already. It's too easy. It's a baby game for babies. I'm very full now. All this and 0 calories? Well, it's dream food, so 0 energy too. So he can just make food. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that's really awesome. That's a crazy ability. Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. 'Cause okay. So I really like this because the entire thing that's happening in Marichois right now is that they don't have enough food. Meanwhile, you're telling me that one of their top people who is supposed to be defending them can literally just make food forever? Like, he could just literally grab food out of his mind. The world hunger would be solved if this guy was just able to do this forever. But they're purposefully not doing that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Don't worry, Sommers. There will be trouble. I saw a pirate ship moored on the sea clouds of the village. The Emperor of the Sea, Straw Hat Luffy, is here. Huh? Wait, the kids are walking right towards the fire. See? You didn't expect this. Not to worry. If they die, we could send more. Wow. Wow, okay. Wow. That was a crazy, crazy scene. I assume we're cutting away because we got the little very small panels. Insane scene. Very impressed with the characterization of the God Knights so far. And I like the little things they threw in here, like the rainbow to the Holy Land. This guy with the dream food, you could imagine, like, why isn't he in Marie Joie making them food all the time? I don't know. Very interesting stuff. And now we're cutting to Loki. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted. Damn you, Loki. Go on, Hyrden. Try and stop me. Doga ha ha ha. Okay. Neat little laugh. But no. You can't possibly stop me. You can't even lift Ragnir. Okay. Okay, we're talking about it not being able to be lifted by people. Back on the Usopp train, hoping that's the case. I just hope no one gets hurt in the Sun World. That's Gurge saying that. They will. The flames will only spread further. So make your choice. Will you undo the last cuff and free me? Who's this enormous giant anyway? He was really badly injured, so I wanted to help him. Oh, okay, let me continue. So make your choice. Will you undo the last cuff and free me? Or will you all choose death? I'll only keep taking the lives of those weaklings in the Sun World if you don't answer me. Interesting. Interesting. I'll only keep taking the lives of those weaklings in the Sun World. Intriguing. Intriguing stuff. Wait, alright. Loki has a sinister grin. Oh, wow. Okay, Zoro says, don't get suckered in, Hyrden. He hates Loki. I love how much Zoro hates him. I guess I gotta do it. If he can move, I'll stop him. That was the deal. Wait, Straw Hat. He'll electrocute you if you get too close. Oh, of course. Rubber's electric. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay. He'll electrocute you if you get too close. Very well, then. I hear your answer. Stop this, Loki. If you hit the children, there's no turning back. Make sure you go easy on him, Luffy, or his wounds will get worse. Yes! Bro, Zoro is so sick. So sick. Wait, what? Okay, so in this panel here, Loki says, I've lost this one. So it was all a bluff. It was definitely all a bluff. Okay, very cool. Because he's obviously incredibly injured still. That's very interesting. Gum arm balloon. He hits him around like the chest area, it seems. And we get this panel here of Loki wobbling and falling to the ground. And the new giant warrior pirates are in disbelief with this amazing panel here of Loki being sent to the ground, like with Luffy doing a punch very similar to like the Bellamy punch, but with him jumping in the air. Very cool. Okay. He really was at death's door already. He was summoning all the strength he had left on a gamble. If his bluff had worked, he would have escaped so that he could collapse somewhere in secret. I just can't imagine that working, based on the amount of blood he lost. It's up to you whether you heal him or let him die, but I had business with Loki too, but it had to wait when I saw how bloody he was. It is true that whoever attempted to kill Loki, it is a separate incident from the matter of his own crimes. Okay. And we see Rhodo with a little thought bubble. I think I might know who it was, and he's obviously talking about Shanks, because he thinks it's Shanks. Please, Hyrden, help him out a little. I don't want to let him die, no matter who he is. Okay. And Hyrden, you know, obviously he doesn't like Loki, but he respects Luffy so much that he's definitely going to help him out. Yes. Okay. Until he's fully healed, it'll probably take months. Okay, so Gerd's pulling out like the IV drips and stuff. If you really want to see him recover, you shouldn't leave him in a place like this. But if he's taken to the village, it'll only lead to more calls for execution. They'll kill him. They hate him that much? He's an irredeemable scumbag. These horns turn out to be real, huh? They're a holdover of his ancient giant blood, just like his father, Harold. This is a great panel here of Luffy sitting on Loki's horns. That's fun. I wonder if the one horn like broke off because there's a bunch of tape on it. That's very cool. Okay. Okay. All right, we're seeing. Oh, Harold looks so evil in this panel. He looks so evil. He's got a very sharp cape. Like, oh my god. This is great. He looks so evil. His mustache has like a nah. Now he looks so evil. That's crazy. Okay. You are my sons, and I love you both. I want you two to work together to support Elbaf after I'm gone. I can't believe this tiny weakling is supposed to be my big brother. You're just a bastard. You're not our father's legitimate son. Hear that, Hyrden? Your mother had filthy blood in her veins. Oh my god. Hyrden wants to kill him so badly. Like, he's just holding an axe while he's laying down. He can't see anything. Oh my god, he's actually about to. He's actually about to in this panel up here. Wait. Don't lose control, Hyrden. I've never forgiven him for what he did. He insulted my mother and killed my father. Go on. Do it, you sad little berserker. Perhaps, instead of indulging in your petty personal drama, take a look at the woods around us. They all say I went and killed Dad with pure murder in my heart. But you don't believe that, do you? Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. Oh, his face looks so distraught. Hyrden looks like he doesn't want to believe it, but he's been fed it forever. This is crazy. Okay. Loki flashback incoming? I'm excited. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Great chapter. Oh my god, the chat box was off again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chatters. Appreciate everyone for stopping by, especially on a very, very late time on Sunday. Yeah, hoping everyone's doing well. We got quite a lot of people here, and now we're obviously gonna ramble for a bit about the chapter, but overall, pretty solid chapter. I would definitely give it a 7 or an 8. Very, very good chapter. Let's see. Excuse me. Shouts to Chestnut and Ronnie for stopping by, showing love. What do you think about this chapter? So intriguing. Yeah, I liked it a lot. A lot of stuff here that I'm obviously, because of the theorization stuff, like with me really wanting the rainbow stuff to come into play for the final war, that had me very happy. And the dream stuff, I think the dream stuff is probably the most interesting. Because, obviously Luffy is meant to be the guy who inspires people, right? To fulfill their own dreams. But the fact there is someone who can literally bring people's dreams to life, like, immediately. Really intriguing. I wonder what the potential will be for that. I think this is probably going to be probably oh, okay. Okay, Velicor says, I think the food has no actual sustenance to it. Very interesting. Very interesting. I like that. I like the way you phrase that too. The sustenance. Because to me, when I think of that, it's like, it's all style, no substance is a phrase that I kind of think about when it comes to that. Meanwhile, Luffy's dreams are about, the way he inspires people is the way to be excuse me, is the way he inspires people to put in the hard work, put in the effort to get what they want done, which is like the opposite of Killingham here, where they don't have to work at all. They just dream it and he does it for them. Uh, and again, like I said, to me that is something that I think would be absolutely perfect for characters like the Celestial Dragons, who don't work for anything ever and just have everything they wanted handed to them. The fact that they have a character who seemingly could do that is very intriguing. Meanwhile, they rely on stuff like slavery and belittling all these people. Because if they just had the ability to essentially get whatever they wanted without putting other people down, the other people of the world would probably see them as, why are they on top? Why are they, seen as the greatest in the world? So that's very intriguing. And I think it is very cool that this character was specifically paired with the concept of food, because we know that obviously Akainu is getting all this flack for, not being able to get them food for, ever since Egghead. So that's very, very interesting to me. I'm excited to see what happens with that. I'm still on the boat that they are going to try and attack Akainu in some way, whether it's Shamrock trying to, make the morale of Mrijois go up by attacking Akainu, or Akainu possibly defecting. Now, do I think he'll defect from like the Marines? No. But do I think he's going to be like, no, this is my ship, this is my organization, I'm the fleet admiral, I'm not going to be on the desk? 100%. That has to happen. So, very excited for that. Sommers as well. Incredibly interesting characterization for me so far. I'm going to check if it was 1141 or 42 where Sommers was. I think he was introduced in one of those two, right? It might have been 42. It was probably 42 because that was when Killingham, I know, was introduced with the powers. Can't find it. Oh, was it 40? Was it 140? I think it was 1,140 then. Okay. Interesting. Excuse me. It was 1,140. Okay. Yeah. Something about love was said here. In one of these chapters, Summer says something about love. I'm trying to find that as well. That was a very interesting quote. It was probably here around the end where Gunko talks about her fear of the sun god. Intriguing. It's not 42. I can't find it at all. If anyone knows what I'm referring to, because he definitely said a quote related to love, and I thought it was incredibly intriguing. This is annoying me that I can't find it, actually. I'm really annoyed by this, but I can't find it. I'll look one more time. I am kind of speeding through it, to be fair, but I just don't want to take up too much time. If I see him on screen, then I know it'll be there. I can't find it. That's so frustrating. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please tell me. Because I swear I'm not, like, imagining him saying something about love. Because I know, you know, they obviously look kind of similar. Him and Scopper being a old man with beard and long hair. But I know he said something about love. I know he did. Yeah, I'm still thinking that Shamrock is going to have something to do with Akainu. Yeah, to love is to wound one another. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. Oh, it was literally right there. It was literally... I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. To know love is to wound one another. Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting phrase there, you know? And I'm curious to see, like, how this ties into who he is as a character. Like, clearly something really messed up is revolving around this guy. Like, he's obviously, like, some kind of sociopath where he doesn't view love as, like, genuine ever. And there's always something, like, negative surrounding it. Very, very cool. Shows a nice lack of a bond with essentially anyone. I love that for this specific group. I love how obviously these are supposed to be the strongest of the strong, but they don't view each other as like any genuine connection, which I think is cool. Obviously, you can think of that with Blackbeard's crew as well. However, Gunko seems to have like emotion. Ever since like these two have started appearing, Gunko has seemed a lot more emotional and like open to actually doing things. Like she's had many moments where she has like cutesy blushy faces and stuff, and instead of having like just a complete apathetic nature to her, there's real emotion. And obviously Summers makes a joke saying, where is it, something about apathy was literally said. Yeah, God, you're so apathetic, you know that? And all this talk about love immediately makes them think, oh, there's such a thing you're missing out on. But his idea of love is so just twisted and awful. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. I wonder if this Gunko's like lack of love possibly has to do with why she was like hiding in the cloak, and now her face is covered up with presumably the arrow fruit, with it being like described as a white cloth by Saul. Very interesting. I think Gunko has a lot of potential. For out of all the Gods Knights, I mean, obviously, if we're being blunt, Shamrock is definitely going to be the one with the most development, but I think Gunko has a lot of potential for characterization going forward. Let's see. Okay, everything is good here. Also, please let me know if the audio is good or bad. I've been trying to make sure that it's good, but the fact that nobody's mentioned that it's bad, to me is a good sign. So, just let me know if there's anything off about it. Very interesting that the I like that the thorn ability is like invisible. I like that. That goes into Summers' mentality really well. I feel like with a lot of characters, right? Oda does really, really great with like pairing people's mentalities with their devil fruit. I think Summers might actually be one of like the best examples of this so far in the story. Like he's obviously like really, really messed up in the head with his thoughts about love. So pairing him with an ability like this is is great. It's actually insanely like really well done. I think like this ability obviously isn't good enough to be like a main villain ability. With it, and I want to say main villain ability. I obviously mean like Doflamingo's ability, for example. That's strings. You want to think strings is like a menacing ability, but Oda was able to interpret that in so many different ways that he was able to basically give him like an unlimited tool set out of this one thing, which I think is really great. Meanwhile, with Summers here, I feel like since he's kind of, I don't know, I can't fully see Thorns going so far to to I can't see Thorns going so far to become something that is like the grand scale of a main villain of the series. But I could definitely be proven wrong. I could easily be proven wrong because he could use thorns as like a weapon as well as a barrier that could provide like dramatic intrigue, emotional drama. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is again great example of a devil fruit pairing with personality. So I like that a lot. Obviously, we got to see it a bit more with killing him, curing him. With the dream fruit, that's obviously an incredibly unique premise, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. But we'll have to wait and see. Like, what about him makes the dream fruit believable? That's what I'm excited to see. As a parent, his devil fruit is terrifying. No, I definitely agree. The way he worded it was so twisted, so awful. Only a little background noise. Yeah, that's because this PC is right next to me. I've tried many times to remove that PC noise, and I really can't, to be blunt. I don't know how to remove it fully. That's why when I do videos like this, I tend to have music in the background. Or, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. I try to mitigate it as much as possible, but with this new microphone, I'm still testing it out. I think Gunko and Summers awaken their devil fruit abilities. That would be intriguing. I mean, the one thing, well, we know with Doflamingo, he awakened his paramecia, and we didn't see the ring. So that's very intriguing. What I'm kind of hoping for is that. Ooh, you know what? I actually really like that. So imagine this, right? Imagine if, because Elbaf is obviously a tree. It's a massive tree, and a lot of plants have thorns. What if he's able to essentially morph Elbaf into a bunch of thorns, and that would be very poetic, obviously, because plants have thorns. So imagine like while kids are walking away, he places up a thorn barrier of some kind. Or let's say Saul is running towards the kids, right? Still trying to help them out. Maybe he like while he's like walking, he like raises a part of the tree to essentially be like a thorn sticking out, and it like stabs through his foot or something. That would be cool. And you could obviously, enhance this more with the sword having that thorn hilt. Maybe he can like throw out his sword or something, like slash at it, and the sword just grows. Kind of like Diamante's sword with the ribbon, but it could just grow. Kind of like I don't know if any of you have seen Yu Yu Hakusho, but there's a character named Kurama, and he has a rose whip. Maybe it'll be something like that. That could be cool. That would be fun. The way they're going to parade the children in front of the parents on their way to the boat is so well thought out. Yeah, that's very, very bad, especially because we see where is it here? It makes their utter futility all the more apparent. That's just, and he's just laughing and eating food. He's just laughing and eating food. It's so funny. But yeah, overall, very enjoyable chapter. I'm excited to see what this leads to. I definitely think this little glimpse of Harold, he looks like a demon lord, like in a classic like RPG. He looks like the final boss. The horns, the mustache, the elbow shoulder pads. Like, I want to see if I can find Harold One Piece. Like, the horn removal genuinely did a lot to make him look less evil. Genuinely. Like, it actually helped significantly. It's pretty crazy. The elbowed shoulder pads, like, he looks so much more evil. It's kind of crazy. Wow. Okay, intriguing. Intriguing. So maybe this will be our first glimpse into a Loki flashback. I think that he is a character that is more likely than not going to lead us into a flashback, because we're going to learn about Elbaf history. We're going to get some emotional baggage with these two siblings here, and that sibling baggage could easily lead into stuff with Shanks and Shamrock. That's kind of been a theme for Elbaf from what I've noticed. This, the brothers, So that could be cool. That could be cool. Overall, very enjoyable chapter. Excited to see what comes next, because it doesn't seem like there's a break next week, so that we will be back next week for the next chapter. I really also love this moment of Hyruddin, like just completely ready to kill his brother. That's crazy. That is so wild. I wonder if the Holy Knights are actually the ones who pulled his horns out, or they forced him and he couldn't. That'd be interesting. Because he pulled his horns out before he passed away. I wonder why. We don't really know why. Maybe he pulled it out. No, I think he pulled them out because he looked evil or something. No. He definitely pulled them out for a reason. I remember they mentioned it. Oh, it's gonna kill me. He pulled it out for a reason. Oh my god. Oh no. No. Yeah. At some point after his sons were born, he removed his horns due to his view that the ancient giants were relics from a war-torn era. Okay, he did it himself. That's why. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, no, we know he removed them for a reason. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm hoping we get more. I think a Loki, Harold, Hyruddin flashback is incoming, especially because, like, it is crazy to think about, but Hyruddin, when he was introduced in Dressrosa, right? And Loki was alluded to in Whole Cake Island. And, well, technically Thriller Bark, Whole Cake Island, right? The Elbaf, like, lore has been something we've known about forever. Like, Hyruddin, One Piece, first appearance. Let's see when. Okay. He appeared in chapter 706. That is almost 500 chapters ago. Over 400. That's crazy. And when did that release? 2013, over 10 years ago. Almost 12 years ago, right? That's ridiculous to think about. I feel like these characters have been something that's been so, like, we've been aware of this for so long. And especially with all the stuff they're saying about Elbaf having this, like, insanely rich history. And a lot of the themes of the arc being about the generational divide and how cultures are changing and stuff like that. I highly, highly doubt we're not going to get another Elbaf-related flashback. Because obviously we saw it with Big Mom. So, very, very intrigued to see what happens here. Very intrigued. I think this will be a ton of fun. I've been loving this arc so far. There's been a lot of what I wanted it to be and more. So, all I'm saying is, though, more Usopp. More Usopp, we're good. Like, him not being here for the scene with Nami, Jinbei, and Brook, I thought was rather surprising. At least, maybe he was here and I didn't notice him. Oh, wait, I think he was here. Hold up. Oh, he is there. He's on top of Jarl's shoulder. Okay. You know what? Fine. Usopp was there. I wish he got a bit more spotlight then. But Usopp was there. Is he in this panel too? I don't see him there. Don't see him there. But he was here. You know what? Oh, so Usopp was the one who said, how many generations is that? Okay. You know what? Shouts to Usopp. He did appear. He could have been more in the spotlight, but yeah. If Uso Sensei, I love that. Uso Sensei. Look at that. If Uso Sensei does not power up, I'm okay with it. You know what? Honestly, same. Honestly, same. Because it's not about the power up. It's never about the power up. I will say, though, Loki bringing up, you can't possibly stop me. You can't even lift Ragnar. Obviously, that's meant to be a reference in my mind to Excalibur, you know, lifting the sword from the stone. Are you worthy to lift this with Mjolnir? Very cool. Very cool. Obviously, the one who will probably lift that is Luffy, because he can grow big enough to carry it. You know, with it being lightning based, he can 100% carry it, of course. Because Hyruden's only warning was he'll electrocute you if you get too close. Like, that's nothing. Like, who does this man think he is? Who does this man think he is? That's Monkey D. Luffy. That's the guy. Lightning stuff, we were over that like 900 chapters ago. We're in the big leagues. This is not some god complex guy. Like, he's going to take that hammer and he's going to change the world with it somehow. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. I like this panel too of Zoro. Make sure you go easy on him, Luffy, or his wounds will get worse. That's cold. That's cold from Zoro. I really like that. And I'm not a big, you know, I'm not a Zoro hater, obviously. But I've never really been a big Zoro guy, you know? He's always been cool. That line, though, that goes crazy. Make sure you go easy on him. The king of Elbaf, well, at least the supposed to be king of Elbaf, go easy on him. Now, obviously, Luffy didn't injure Loki to this point, but still, you know, that's some major credit. Loki, please just break off a piece of Ragnar for Usopp. I would be okay with that. Like, that could be cool. If he gets, like, an electric hammer, like a little smidgen of it. That'd be actually... I actually really like that, Winston. I actually really like that. If he gets, like, a little tool. Because think about it. Like, Ragnar is probably the size of, like, a skyscraper, but, like, sideways. That's a bit extreme. It's definitely the size of like a building, right? It's like a building, right? A little piece of that building. You know what? That could be something for Usopp. Could be something. Or maybe, ooh, because in a lot of Viking stuff, it's not the Vikings themselves, but I think it's like the dwarves. I think that are the forgers for Viking culture. I think it's the dwarves. Obviously, someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But it's very interesting that Usopp has an association with dwarves and now giants, you know, the biggest and the smallest people in the world. If they work together to come and create him his ultimate weapon, that'd be really cool. Maybe it's like some kind of slingshot that has electric affinity of some kind. It could obviously be the hammer. People always wanted the hammer to return. Could be cool. Could be cool. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the chapter. Really great. Like I said, I would give it like a 7 or an 8. I hope this is leading towards a Loki flashback with Hyrutin and Harold. We might even get some little teases of Big Mom or Kaido. You know, a lot of people speculate that Harold could be Kaido's father because of the horns and the beard. He obviously looks quite like Kaido. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. So, that will be it for me. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Apologies for this being a very late stream of the chapter. I was going to stream earlier, but I got busy. But we're here. We're here for One Piece. This was a very enjoyable chapter. I highly doubt anyone is live, but we will check. We will check. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. Obviously, if you are watching this as a VOD of some kind... Oh, please do not play loud. Okay. If you're watching this as a VOD of some kind and you want to help me get in the ether of YouTube, any liking, commenting would be immensely supported. Really, people think this is like... I'm not discrediting it when I say 7 out of 8. 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean, I would say I'm a pretty fair reviewer when it comes to stuff like this. I just feel like the reviews weren't really... Reviews? What? Reveals weren't nearly as compelling as like the last chapter ending on the Nightmare World stuff. That was stellar. That was stellar. To me, that was one of like the better One Piece double page spreads like in the series, you know? So I was really a fan of that. Meanwhile, this, you know, it had cool reveals, but nothing that really like you know, hooked me in. I will say the rainbow stuff, returning to the Holy Land, and the dream food stuff, for me, like theory wise, I'm really gonna cling on to those. I think they were really cool. But let's see. Unfortunately, I can't redirect to anyone. Tragic. But that is what I get for streaming so late. So, appreciate everyone stopping by. I'll give a little spiel real quick. This is the end of like the chapter part. I just got back from a weekend away, so expect a video very soon. Very soon. I won't say on what, but expect a video very soon. I mean like a long video. So, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I was away for the weekend and had an absolutely fantastic time, and I won't say why, but I will say it has something to do with the great people of the One Piece community and this channel's community for donating quite a lot of time and money to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and you will see some of the results of your gracious donations very soon. Very soon. So with that, there's that, and I was going to bring up something else. What was I going to bring up? Oh, it's going to kill me. This is going to kill me. Thought vanished. Thought's gone. Thought's gone. Thought's gone. Yeah. Oh, let me check. Let me actually check before I forget. Will... oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Will I be able to... Hold on just a second. Sorry for the little delay. Will I be able to donate members today? I think we might have already done all the member donos. Oh, do not want that. Do not want that. Membership gifting. No, unfortunately, I'm not able to gift the free members anymore. We already did the 2 streams. I forgot about that. But if any of you do want to consider supporting me financially, aside from, chatting and subscribing, being a member of the channel helps immensely. So, with that, that will be it for me. I also have started streaming on Twitch somewhat regularly. I haven't done it in a hot minute, but I probably will one of the days in the next coming days, if that makes sense. Trying to start that back up a little bit. And it's been fun playing Katamari. I like that game. Katamari's fun. So, with that, that'll be it for me. I think, count how many times I said with that. And, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. Take care. And I'll see you next week with, well, maybe next week. I assume next week. With chapter 1144. Which I was talking to a friend, and he said, obviously, that is 100 chapters since Gear 5. So we can only assume that's going to be an amazing chapter with 100 chapters after the peak of Monkey D. Luffy being revealed. Is Gear 5 going to go crazy next chapter? You know what? Fingers crossed from me.